This is one of Cluny the Scourge's Rome Total War matches, with audio commentary on the tactics. In this case, I'm commanding the Brutii. My opponent is Selifator, and he's commanding the Julii. This is an unusual battle in that we're playing with Pre-Marian Roman armies in CWB, or at least that was the plan. My opponent mistakenly thought that Roman cavalry was a post-Marian unit, and so took Roman cavalry instead of equites or cavalry auxilia. But we waived that and continued with the game. I've taken 2 units of triarii, 6 of principes, 6 cavalry auxilia, 6 units of archers. My opponent, the Julii, have taken 8 triarii, 6 principes, 1 Roman general and 3 units of Roman cavalry. As you can see, the Julii have formed a very long, broad, enveloping line. Since I've taken archers and he hasn't, he has a rush army, he needs to engage me at once rather than simply sit back and let me inflict damage on him with arrows. Hence this rush of his infantry forward to meet my battle line. I, however, have occupied the attention of some of his infantry by sending my cavalry auxilia on skirmish mode to throw their javelins at them. Of course they have no possibility of catching me there. Now the pillar exchange begins. Neither of us have thought to take a couple of units of expendable town watch or anything like that to deploy in front of our main troops to absorb those pillar, but as you saw just then, many of his pillar were accidentally going into my archers anyway. Now he makes an attempt at an outflanking manoeuvre there, which I move to meet. But the confusion my skirmishing cavalry auxilia are causing on the other side prevents him from making such a flanking manoeuvre there. Now I've pulled some of my cavalry auxilia back, as you can see, away from his slower moving infantry to achieve a hammer and anvil that gives me the left flank to begin with. And no doubt if I could have rolled up as I wished to there, I would have been able to smash the enemy army at once. But instead he's managed to catch one of those cavalry auxilia with his cavalry and brings them back to cause some serious grief for me with those very troops I've just managed to win the left flank with. We both attempt to manoeuvre for an envelopment there, while at the same time he brings in his uncommitted infantry, but he's unable to use them to drown and crush my right flank with infantry because he's too concerned about this pocket with my cavalry over there on my left and in the centre, so he sends those spearmen instead to try to engage and destroy me there. In this way we're both finding that our attention is being split and that we're unable to concentrate on any one point of the battle decisively. But he's managed to send those cavalry scurrying off, and now he achieves an encirclement in the centre. And he's bringing those cavalry back to complete it, and it's beginning to look pretty bad for me there. Those troops are routing, as you can see. I'm going to need to get some support in as quickly as possible if I'm going to recover the situation. Now, because these troops on the right were not drowned, as I said before, they've been able to hold on, and now a regrouped unit of cavalry that my enemy has overlooked manages to tip the whole matter as it is wobbling decisively at the key point, and now I've won the whole of my right flank. Now I rush everyone I have over to the centre, including cavalry auxilia from way out over on the left who've come scurrying back from their skirmishing activities. I concentrate, and matters reach an apocalyptic conclusion as we both throw everything we have into the centre, but I have more numerous survivors, and it is my forces who prevail. This was a battle where speed was paramount, where the key theme of the engagement was the drive to separate the opponent's forces up into individual pockets, envelop them, and keep them separated long enough to crush them before we refocused and concentrated the survivors over to other centres of resistance. My skirmishing cavalry auxilia were of very great use in achieving that separation of the enemy's forces at the beginning. good micromanagement was needed from both of us. I think that we could both have improved on our choice of army selection by taking a couple of units of Town Watch, putting them on loose formation and deploying them in front of the main battle line. Expendable pillar fodder. Here you see my archers are switched to flame arrow and the final Julii unit routes. Actually, I believe he admitted defeat at that point. A good battle. More people should play Pre-Marian Roman games, they're very interesting.